The most controversial SNL sketches of all time, from Jimmy Fallon's blackface to Bill Hader's disability jokes. As Saturday Night Live marks 50 years on air, we're looking back at some of the most controversial moments on the talk show, from Jimmy Fallon's blackface to disability jabs. As Saturday Night Live celebrates its 50th anniversary, we're revisiting some of the late-night talk show's most controversial moments over the years. In celebration of the major milestone, Peacock is debuting a brand new docuseries titled SNL 50, Beyond Saturday Night. This new 4-part series, directed by Jason Zeldas, will premiere Thursday, January 16th, and give fans an all-new behind-the-scenes look at Saturday Night Live's rich history. After 50 years of cracking jokes and taking aim at movies, celebrities, politics, and the entertainment industry, SNL has grown to become a significant part of American pop culture. And while the show has stood the test of time, it's not without a few bumps in the road. Check out the most controversial SNL sketches of all time, from Jimmy Fallon's blackface to insensitive disability jabs. One of the most controversial moments in SNL history was the skit Fallon impersonating Chris Rock, which premiered in 2000. During the skit, host Jimmy Fallon dressed in blackface to impersonate his fellow comic Chris Rock. And while Rock was not personally offended by the sketch in any way, Fallon later apologized to his fans, as it is offensive to the black community and is tied to painful and racist history. 20 years after the sketch, a clip of the segment recirculated on social media, and Fallon took responsibility for the poor choice. At the time, he posted, "In 2000, while on SNL, I made a terrible decision to do an impersonation of Chris Rock while in blackface. There is no excuse for this. I am very sorry for making this unquestionably offensive decision, and thank all of you for holding me accountable." In an interview with the New York Times, Rock addressed the sketch and assured fans he was not hurt by the choice. He told the news outlet, "I'm friends with Jimmy. Jimmy's a great guy, and he didn't mean anything. A lot of people want to say intention doesn't matter, but it does. And I don't think Jimmy Fallon intended to hurt me. And he didn't." In 2007, Saturday Night Live sparked backlash after using Down syndrome as a punchline of a joke. In a skit named Danny, song actors Rainn Wilson, Jason Sudeikis, Will Forte, and Bill Hader as they all gathered for a dinner. During the meal, the group recalled some of their fondest memories as Kenny Loggins' song Danny's Song played in the background. And as the group each took turns sharing their increasingly odd memories, Hader struck a nerve with audiences as he cracked a joke about the disability. During the skit, the Barry star said he loved the song. "I remember we had this one great day at the park. We just had so much fun. He was running in the grass and chasing squirrels. They had this fountain, and we threw pennies in it for hours. So great. It was the first day that I ever thought to myself, I have a dad. And not that I have a dad with Down syndrome. He loved crayons." In a similar fashion, Saturday Night Live took aim at former New York Governor David Paterson for his disability during a skit titled Weekend Update. Governor David Paterson's State of the State. During the famous Weekend Update segment, Fred Armisen portrayed the politician as an incompetent fool due to his blindness. In the sketch, Fred was seen cross-eyed, looking confused and peering into the wrong camera, and later crashing into the equipment. After the problematic skit, the governor claimed that it negatively impacted his public image. Addressing the SNL sketch, David said in an interview with AM 970 The Answer, "I don't mind other people making fun of me, I make fun of myself. What I didn't like about the skit is that people were taking all my jokes and applying it to my service. And believe it or not, my approval rating went down after that Saturday Night Live show." He continued, "What I was trying to say to the public is, David Paterson has a job, but 70% of blind people in this country are unemployed, even though their education performance has exceeded the national average. Now what's wrong with that picture is that people's perception of the disabled, that kind of slapstick, people crashing into walls and things, that is keeping people from working." And jokingly concluded, "You poked so much fun at me for being blind, I forgot I was black." In 2022, Saturday Night Live mocked the Johnny Depp and Amber Heard trial, in which Amber insinuated that she was a victim of domestic abuse. And as the high-profile court case was still ongoing, SNL aired Johnny Depp and Amber Heard trial as a cold open. During the cold open, they cracked jokes about the exes, including the incident in which Amber allegedly defecated on Johnny's bed. In the skit, Kyle Mooney took on the role of Depp, wearing his signature ponytail, beard, and jewelry. And as he stood for the trial, a lawyer asked him what his reaction to finding the fecal matter. To this, Depp's lawyer objected to the questioning and said, "It does sound fun, but this trial is for fun." After the skit, many viewers were outraged by the jokes as the trial was still taking place, and found the content of the jokes to be highly offensive as Amber could have been the victim of abuse. And while the jury ended up ruling in Depp's favor, many SNL fans were disappointed by the lack of sympathy and consideration for the actress. Last fall on September 28, 2024, SNL sparked backlash after Bowen Yang seemingly took aim at pop singer Chappell Roan. In the skit, Bowen impersonated baby Hippo Mudeng, who went viral on the internet, and joked about the struggles of fame. In the sketch, the comedian poked fun at Chappell as she complained about the hardships associated with being in the spotlight. During this, Bowen said, "For the past 10 weeks, I have been going nonstop, running around, eating lettuce, trying to bite the water from a hose, and the response has been overwhelming." He then referenced Chappelle's TikTok rant about being harassed by fans as he said, "Reminder, women owe you nothing. When I am in my enclosure, tripping over stuff, biting my trainer's knee, I am at work. That is the project. Do not yell my name or expect a photo just because I am your parasocial bestie or because you appreciate my talent." Yang's co-star Colin Jost then asked him, "Your life sounds a lot like Chappell Roan's lately. Do you know Chappell Roan?" To which he replied, "I'm 10 weeks old, Colin. Of course I know Chappell Roan. By the way, leave her alone. Let her take as much time as she needs for her mental health. It's what society does. It puts young women on pedestals only to knock them down with shellfish." After facing backlash for mocking the singer, Bowen posted an article on the matter to his Instagram story and wrote, "Oh geez, Mox. If my personal stance and this piece aren't absolutely clear in terms of supporting her, then there it is, I guess. Everything she has ever asked for has been reasonable, and even then we can connect it to another story about boundaries or whatever." Click here to follow the Mirror US on Google News to stay up to date with all the latest news, sport, and entertainment stories.